How to successfully start a horse to harness. Let's dive right into the best process. This is my recipe for starting a horse safely. How to do it? So first, cover the young horse's basic needs and build trust and relationship, both to horses and people. And the way to do this, make him enjoy your company. In this video, you will get to join us on a journey from a young horse to a trained horse to harness. We spent a whole year making this video, wanting to show you the entire process. Rest. Enough rest is important. If possible, let the horse grow up in a herd. Let him develop his horse and herd language. And terrain strengthens tendons and joints. A good playground provides space for physical development. A happy 2-year-old grey one and a flying 4-year-old. Let's start the process with a light harness or a surcingle, a bridle, and they learn to pull soft shafts one at a time, eventually one on each side. Then we introduce the work harness. First, practice walking independently around the track along the wall. It's good to have a trusted friend as a company in the beginning, and continue working with the soft shafts. Praising the horse is important. You can praise the horse until you feel embarrassed, and even a little more. Praise is never wasted. I like my horse to know that standing still is never wrong. A driving horse, you really want it to be able to stand still in a halt and wait. So practice doing that. I want my horse to feel good about himself, and social life is crucial for well-being and social skill development. We practice a lot that it's okay for something to touch the hind legs. Notice how attentive yet relaxed the horse is to what I'm doing with him. He's able to stand still, relaxed because he trusts me. And I've spent a lot of time with the horse, so I know him, so I trust him too, as much as you can trust a horse. Never forget it's a living horse with a lot of instincts. And he feels safe. Look how relaxed he is. When he walks along steady with a low neck, he chews a little. He's relaxed despite the cone coming from behind. The ears show that he's paying attention backwards, and notice the chewing. The loose reins show that I don't need to hold on to him to prevent him from running away. He's not trying to escape. His perfect reaction when something happens is to stop and wait for me to help him when he finds something strange, like this. First, we practice things in the indoor arena, and then we practice the same things outside. As I mentioned before, rest is important, and breaks from training is very important. Happy horse, happy life, and tons of other things he needs to learn. He needs to get used to different environments and getting to know different neighbors, getting used to them inside and outside, both males and beautiful females. It's sure a lot to learn about life as a young colt. He needs to learn about show off and when not to show off, like practice training with other horses in the arena. New tasks is fun, but other horses can be distracting for sure. Whoops! Whoops again! This is life with a 2-year-old who is very playful. Eventually we'll figure it out, how to behave when there is another pony in the arena. A few minutes later, he is fine with working with company. It's just we need to practice everything. All small details, we need to practice them. Need to get used to having another horse in front and having another horse behind. Learning to stay and wait, that's so hard. But he gets there eventually. Yes, good. Practice halt different places in the arena. And it's hard. Can we go now? That's what he's asking. The other foot? No, it didn't work. All right, I'm standing. Yes, you're good. Very important to learn how to stay and halt. Different places, different situations. Look at the chewing. And look, he's very attentive. So, look and learn, little boy. The colt needs work in hand to learn how to yield from pressure and step over with the inside hind leg. Make sure the horse is not scared by the whip. We need the whip to touch gently the leg we want him to move. The colt is not afraid or tense. His neck is low and his ears are relaxed. He approaches me in a curious manner. Here we introduce the colt to real shafts, the feel of them and the sound of them. In the beginning, when we walk, we have a helper leading him. Now we have to make sure that the horse handles pressure from shafts onto his hindquarters. This is very important. Practice turning both left and right. First, just a little turning and then sharper. When he feels confident in the tasks, we remove the lead rope. Note, the reins have very light contact and the driver is not trying to hold the head down. The colt seeks contact and guidance with the reins. Let's go to next level, to pull a tire. The tire is held by a rope and the driver can quickly loosen it if the colt reacts scared to the sound or whatever. He's doing fine, so then we just attach the tire and the driver can focus on the reins. Pulling the tire will increase the pressure the colt have on his hindquarters. I like to make him go through the turns slowly at start. I want him to get used to this feeling that the shafts are there, like here. Okay, now he knows where they are, and he can't just turn out of them because they're attached to him. And this is what he learns now. But look at his ears. He's attentive, and now he's fine. They have to be able to figure things out. The colt has done a great job today, and he shows that he's a little tired by being a little impatient. So we'll finish up then. Well, I don't want to finish when he's starting to this scratching, dinging stuff, so we'll wait a little bit. Okay. As soon as he's doing good again, we end the training session for today on a good note. Okay, this is good. He knows and stands perfectly still, waiting. Very good. He is not afraid of the shafts falling to the ground. I let them down and make sounds on purpose because I want him to get used to sounds. As I told you, he is a little mentally tired from this, and he's trying to back up, but I calmly correct him to stay and just pull him forward again. I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. I just show him I want you to stand here. That's all. Things we learn inside, we start practicing outside. So in a different environment and different footing. This is a Fjord horse, and they know how to stay on their feet, even when it's very slippery. Here there is a stick that sticks to the shafts, and he is perfect. I mean, look at him. He does not react to this. How did he become safe like this? Well, because we've trained like this. We have been training on sounds and stuff touching his hind legs, and that it's not dangerous, and he does not need to kick out or run away because he's safe with me. When he don't know what to do and he stands still, I think it's perfect. It's just what I want.
Freaky.
When I practice new things with him, I don't do it when he is attached to the shafts or the cart or anything. I do it without. And then when he's safe, I add the shafts. So let's do this. Now, shafts and the sound behind. He's doing great. He is doing so well. Oh my god, I love this horse. Like here, all the noise behind, but he just stops and says, hey, what's with this? What to do? That's exactly how I like them to react. So the reward is that we're done for today. And then we are practicing outside what we are confident doing inside. I like to step back regularly, and this makes the colt very confident and relaxed. And he gets in the perfect mood to trying new tasks. Easy work, relaxed horse, and ready for new tasks. That's how it works. Checking he's able to do his work on a loose rein. Let's introduce him to the cart. This part takes a few minutes. It's me trying to explain for him he needs all 4 legs between the shafts. That can be hard. I spend some time and repetition rather than a stick or a whip or whatever. I want no stress with this. I could have explained this to him in a better way. Him stepping out or wrong is my fault, not his. Here you see it's important that the horse knows how to move sideways, like I showed earlier in the video. Oops, too much. This happens sometimes, but I do not punish the colt. He simply didn't know how many steps I asked for. The way I correct it is just asking him to back up a few steps. We try from this side, but he thinks it's harder to do it this way. So when he stops when I ask him, I praise him for stopping and go back to the other direction, who is more familiar to the colt. To do something from left to right side is not the same for horse, it's a totally different thing. So another attempt, one step at a time. And see, no stress, no problem. Again, we're stepping back, pulling tire on the trails. I want the colt to have a lot of tasks that he finds easy and not new things all the time. I want him to build confidence in his work. I do spend a lot of time working with the shafts touching his hindquarters. It's a great investment for later. He learns to walk in front by himself and walk on different footing. Both is important skills for driving horse. When starting a horse to harness, it's very important to learn to stand still in the shafts. It does take a lot of practice. And we need to practice doing this in different environments. So we practice inside the indoor and outside in different weather. We practice doing this with and without the company of other horses. We train doing this with the helper standing with the horse's head in the beginning, and later on he stands by himself. Just not yet. What I'm about to say now is very important. Make sure not to be stressed yourself. Just keep on explaining calmly what you want him to do until satisfied with the result. If you don't make it a problem, it's not a problem. It is just another new start, new chance for the colt to be great. Another chance now, perfectly done. We're back home and he's doing good. Whoops. Nope. Ah, well, now he remembered how to do it. Stand still. Next step, training with shafts and company and sound. Driving horse needs to know how to back up. He does that easily. And I have his attention, even though there is another horse in the arena. It's not always easy to stand still, but we just have to practice. Not that direction. Hey. Okay, good. Loose rein, good boy. Let's go in this direction. Then we're back to working with the cart, and we start inside. In the beginning, we just hold on to the shafts and the harness at first. We do not attach it properly. This is for safety, so we can let go if something happens. Nobody is sitting in the cart the first times we do this. One helper on each side and the driver walking, holding the reins. Making sure the colt handling the sound and the feeling of the cart, which he does, obviously. We do this again. The colt performs the task perfect. And we repeat it again. Notice how the assistant uses her foot, letting the shaft to the ground. She's putting the shaft on her foot and then letting it down. You don't want your head close to a young horse's feet during this process, no matter how well it goes. Safety first. Nobody sat in the cart yet. We hurry on very slowly. And we repeat it again. And we repeat it again another day. I want the colt to gather tons of good experiences. Even in cold Norwegian temperatures. It's time to go to the next step now. Attached to the cart. We monitor the colt's body language at all times, looking for signs of tension or relaxation. We like to see blinking eyes, loose ears, a low neck, relaxed tail, and even steps, to mention some signs of relaxation. If he shows signs of tension, we need to lower the level of tasks and let him gain more trust in a lower level. But so far, so good. I think I can sit in the cart now, and because the hardest thing for the colt to do is making a halt, I just jump in while he walks. So we'll just see. I'm making some sound in the cart behind him. He doesn't react to that, so I think he's confident enough. There is a little tension, but I think it's more my movement than the feeling in the cart. And he is back to doing great very soon. No tension. We'll go around the arena a couple of times to the left. And we do the same job on the right hand. Such a great colt. He was perfect today. The next step is starting to introduce working in trot with the shafts on. And everything is better when we do it together. We do a trot on the long sides and we're walking through the corners and the short sides. And we repeat long sides, and we repeat, and we change direction, and here we run again. Come on, come on. All right, here we go. And we repeat again. Okay, we're very happy. We stop on a good note, as always. Finally, it's time to start working with the cart outside. We do the same thing as inside. The cart is held in place by two of my assistants. We take a step back when we switch environment. At this point, I'm very happy with how things are going. This process is to be continued in another video, so enjoy us if you like. I just love this horse.